what have we here? Good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to the click. You smell amazing today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I am freshly showered here with some fresh memes from, you guessed it right, r/InsaneParents, which is a subreddit we haven't covered in quite a while. But it's nice to go through it, have some discussions, talk to each other about it, and just let the insanity flow through the video. Enjoy. Mwah. And remember to do the cry because I am shameless. Oh yes. r/InsaneParents started destroying my things on FaceTime.
The only thing that belongs to you is gone.
You are so immature, Lamau. Grow up. And here's a smashed laptop. Can you imagine just signing into one of those wholesome family FaceTime meetings and just, you're just randomly smashing one of the kids' things and lighting them aflame? Good stuff. I wonder what happened before this, but let that be a lesson. Smashing other people's things is never the solution. Like, Jesus Christ, this is so far out there. I am gonna post something on InsaneParents because my parents are acting a little weird. Sees the shite you guys have to go through. Well, let that be a positive lesson for everyone. It can always get worse. Hashtag motivational speech. I need more opinions. I am 22F living on my own, and my parents still want to have control on what I buy. It is not making me any more frugal when she yells at me for spending too much. Dad, if you're really serious about starting a new account, just know Mom will be really angry about it. Mom is only having a joint account to help you, not harm you. And you better not be spending on a bunch of unnecessary stuff when you have real bills and pays like college. Can't I have 2 accounts? Yeah. Why though? To hide purchases? They're 22, what do you mean? Hide purchases? Why do you even need to micromanage your kids' purchases? Oh my god. I don't really care about her being angry when she's only been making me angry about the entire thing. Is only she allowed to be angry? Yes, pretty much any purchases. Well, it's more than that. Again, she's trying to help. I kinda wish my parents guided me more with money, because I ended up with a bunch of debt after college, besides student loans. Wait, so you were really bad with money when you were a kid, so now you're trying to overcompensate through your own kid and be like, you can't have your own account until you're 45. That's the best way to learn about money. I don't know, guilt-tripping your kid into giving their parents all the control over the financial decisions after they are well a few years past being an adult. I don't think that's the best way of teaching someone how to be, responsible with the money. You're only teaching them to hide things. She's not helping. It's just making me angry and stressed. She is more than you're willing to see. Remember when that guy said, is it effective about parenting? This isn't effective. Try approaching from a different attitude. No. Everyone I tell about my mom seeing my bank account says it's crazy or weird. Thank you all for the support. I got done opening my new account. Now switch all your direct deposits to the new account and never use the account with your mother's name on it again. Also make sure your password and username for this new account are things your mom can't guess. She knows her own maiden name is what I'm saying. This right here, my own mother pretending to be me and called my bank about my account. I put a password on it after that. Oh my god, what? Yeah, no. At this point, sure, you're family, but you're 2 adults. You're no longer their child. They're not your legal guardian. If you want advice from them, you can ask. But they don't own you, okay? She's trying to help you, not harm you. Proceeds to immediately vaguely threaten you over your choices. Oh yes, indeed, nothing spells out real concern like veiled threats. I told my mom that I didn't want my dad's parents to have my phone number or address, and I get a message from a strange number asking for my new address, and when I asked who it was, guess who it was? My grandmother. Did you get my grandma my number? Yes! I specifically told you not to. If I want someone to have my number, I would reach out to them myself.
Lose the attitude. Blur picked you up yet?
You blatantly disrespected my literal only boundary and you're pissed that I'm upset about it? I don't like this. I've had similar experiences myself and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this person. And yet you have people around you that insist on, getting in the middle of it as if they would know what's best for you. It doesn't only have to be family or parents. It can be with friends or exes or just random weird people. And sometimes you get these knights in shining armor that thinks they know what's best for you even though they haven't asked any questions or bothered asking from the other perspective. I had that happen to myself a couple of years ago. It was one of the most frustrating experiences ever. And my god, it's patronizing. It's so patronizing. I'm a 30-year-old man, for God's sake. My insane grandma went door to door asking me and threatening people if they didn't say anything. She was going to kill me because I had joked about having a non-white girlfriend. The biggest cream ever, The joke in question was a retort to her saying if I'd ever date
anything that ain't pure,
she would slit my throat. I said, I guess I won't tell you about my black Mexican girlfriend then. Oh my god!
I'd rather have a dead grandson than an impure bloodline.
You should make one of those heritage tests. It reveals, like, a lot of things. Most people aren't, like, as purebred as you think. My god, you sound like one of those... This isn't Game of Thrones. You aren't supposed to, like, incest your family to keep the royal bloodline clean. It's not a good thing.
We do not have to wear masks, correct?
Yes, you will for matenees.
Oh my god, why? Wish you had told me that I can't do it. Why would you tell me the dumbest thing I ever had so people can spread COVID at night, just not in the day? Are you serious? I won't be wearing one, no way.
You'll be kicked out of the theater.
Well, you should have told me. I asked you a while ago and you said no. Don't have any and can't breathe.
Matenees are masked. The last one was a night show. If this is too much of a problem, don't care.
Why make 0 sense and you know it?
Okay. It's such a small thing to ask. Oh my, who cares? Why are you, why the fuzz?
My mom talking about our relationship together as we both get older.
Me remembering all the terrible things she has said to me and knowing that I'm going to cut her off when I get old enough and have enough money. Yeah, I sometimes see that, especially on subreddits like this when I read the stories, and I just think like, what do these parents think is going to happen as soon as their kid turns 18 and can like financially support themselves? What you know that you're not going to be in control of your child's life, their whole life, right? That's not how it works. If you're too controlling and overbearing, they're gonna slide away from you. That's sort of how it works. UMass to hold Pride Day when Liberty visits.
This is what gives the gay movement a bad name. No reason for this. So uncalled for. If it was the reverse, it would be an outrage.
Wait, reverse for what?
I just don't get it. All over a naughty preference? It has begun that the Christians are targeted.
Yeah, they're targeted with a gazer. It's a gay laser. Turns people gay.
You need to decide what side you're on. Will you kill Blorp and I for your naughty preference?
Wait, is anyone actually making this argument that the gays are going on the crusade? Is this a thing?
I love you for who you are as a person and human being. Never forget that.
But I'm also secretly suspecting that you're conspiring to literally murder your family because of the glitter mafia.
It was horrible. My parents were forced into the glitter mines. They were worked to the bones.
I had no choice but to laugh. I am half black. Mom is white. And see.
Is she black?
No, she's white.
Oh, thank God.
What the heck is wrong with you, Lemao? Racist butt?
I saw a black chick on Snapchat. Thought you jumped to the other side. What do you mean the other side? It's a skin color. It's not like, join the dark side. It's just a skin color.
Aha, bruh.
Just making sure you're still healthy.
Oh, you mean as McDonald's? Is this the same family as that grandma who was obsessing over the pure bloodlines of the family? Honestly, I can't wait for the human population in a few hundred years to be like, so cross-coupled that, everyone is just racially ambiguous and people can't make a fuss about it anymore. Man, it would be nice to live in 300 years unless we, nuke ourselves before then. Heck yeah. One time, as we were leaving church, actually, my mother told me,
I would rather you bring home a white man than a black woman.
And boy, has that memory stayed with me. Damn, how to be racist and homophobic in the same way. If you're gonna choose one evil, I prefer this one over this one. Wow, great. Time to bring home a black man. Oh, there we go. Yes, combined it all. Screw this family. Honestly, wouldn't that just be a thing? Like, I'm not even gay. I'm just doing this to be a rebel. Yes. Earl. Grandma says you're disowned from the family. I tell her I cannot even get into your complex. Have a good life. Yep. What's with the, like, gif? That's so random. Explanation. This man knocked my 19-year-old mom up when he was 30, then was absent until I turned 18. I waited 18 years to meet him, but he thinks me taking 6 days to text my grandma crosses the line. He also has a new mail-order bride from China and is addicted to TikTok more than any other human I know. That just sounds like a big recipe for unbearable. It also sounds very weirdly entitled. I wasn't present for your entire life. I come in now when you're an adult, and now I demand you respond instantaneously to everything I do.
What? That's not how it works. They owe you nothing? Tomorrow's open house for my kids' school. Yay. I can't wait to debate all the teachers on why there should be no pride flags in the classrooms. Fun times. I'll keep the fight for my kids and yours. I live in the second worst democratic state, Illinois. Oh my god, it's the glitter beam. They're getting all of them.
Teachers do not get paid enough to deal with this stuff. I must say though, like the most Karen-esque exposed professions seem to be like retail and teachers. Like there should literally be, you know how some jobs have a hazard pay when it's like a very dangerous workplace, you get paid extra? They should have the same, but for like Karen exposure. You know, oh, based on the statistics, you're gonna meet this many Karens a week, so here's a bump in pay. That should be a thing. Why isn't that a thing?
Okay, here's one for you. I was investigated 50 times for abusing children. I was never found. Never was I abused children. Never. You're lying. And if I did abuse, how come you never told the investigators that you were here? You have had every chance to, so you're lying.
You were investigated 50 Why do you brag about that? That's so weird. What? Investigated 50 times? Most people aren't investigated even once. Why is she wearing that like a badge of honor? Like she's proud she's been investigated 50 times but never proven to be abusive. The investigations are enough to say something isn't right. If you get reported that many times, something is off. What the hell? Like innocent until proven guilty and all that, but 50, that's not a bragging, right? What are you doing? Oh my god. Dad.
I'm going to block you until December. After talking with you and your reply was never good enough for you, I begin to realize that you have not a clue about the environment that you were created, making no attempts to change or even try to understand that my drug addiction is directly linked to a dirty home yelling / screaming and the jeopardy you directly put me in using heavy drugs again.
What? Punctuation, please.
I have warned you that you're going to see a different man if things do not change. It took me 5 years to change into a better person, and now I have to start all over again because there were dishes on the counter. I cannot deal with the BS talk back because all I wanted to do was use again after I dropped you off. I'll be bringing you things over as I get the time to.
Okay. It's my fault you're on drugs. Got it. Oh, there's a dirty sink. Better do cocaine. Who looks at a messy room and does cocaine about it? Lamau, accurate, but it wasn't coke, it was meth. Ah, fun. That's such a projecty thing to do. I think there are deeper rooted issues, you know, than a dirty sink or dishes, if that's how heavily you fall into it. I mean, a messy house and a messy environment is linked to, you know, mental health and all that kind of stuff. You know, fair enough. But this seems to be kind of an extreme. It's like saying something like, I am dying of cancer because you didn't take me on our like Sunday evening walks anymore. It's like, well, exercise is good, but there's probably like other causes as well.
My daughter is growing up in a wild world, never too young to teach self-defense and firearm safety. She'll be pinging targets in no time. What?
This is how family members get shot? What are you Holy crap! Not to mention that you're basically teaching a child that this is like a toy they should have fun with and mess around with. Like, goddamn. Here's the thing. I'm not particularly like, I do target practice and that kind of stuff. It's fun. Several people around me have like hunting licenses and that kind of stuff. You know, it's not always a bad thing, but you need to treat it with respect. It's like the same thing as with cars or anything. Like, I would never claim that cars are inherently always bad, but if you're just messing around with it, don't respect the vehicle, you might kill someone. And you know, that's kind of how it works. And I'm pretty sure that this is not the right way to do it. You wouldn't put a toddler on the back of the wheel of a truck and expect them not to like mow something down. Why would you do this?
Okay, don't come for me, lol. But we rub her pee-pee diaper on her face and do Vaseline a few times a day.
What?
I know it sounds crazy, lol. There are a lot of lols in this post because I'm a quirky mom. But it was done to me when I was a kid baby too, and we all have great skin with no problems.
That sounds like very anecdotal, right? I happen to have good skin. Must be because I rubbed urine on it. There are no other explanations whatsoever. Hoo-hoo.
Baby acne goes away on its own, yes, but I didn't like seeing my baby like that either, so went to work helping it go away fast. Lol. Lol again. Didn't last on her long at all once I started being consistent.
So it's like, this is not bad for the baby at all, but I want an aesthetic baby. Better rub it in urine. That's the only solution here that I see. Makes sense. I was visiting home for the weekend, and I accidentally took mom's charge block. Context, my roommates are moving out.
I can't believe it. How much do we give you and you just steal from us? That's exactly what you took without asking. Debt, come home anymore. You're not welcome.
Debt, don't come home in debt, something like that.
I'm not sure where you're going. I live, but it won't be with us. Maybe the streets.
Okay, I'm not welcome home anymore.
What gives you the right to take stuff? Who the frick do you think you are? Let's see what you steal off the bums in the street. You must be stupid. I don't know how you don't understand that you can't take stuff. Should have to frickin' watch you when you're here.
I have better things to do. I don't know why you're so upset. You just disowned me over a charge block. Seems like a very, common misunderstanding. And if they took it by accident, there's probably another charge block laying around that was theirs to begin with. That happens all the time. Like you swap chargers because they all look the same. What? If they're ready to disown their kids for this petty of a reason, I'm surprised this hasn't already happened, to be honest, because that seems like a very fine line. God damn. Not gonna lie, it sounds like she was looking for a reason to cut you off. I can't imagine any other reason why she would explode over something so benign. She's acting like you stole something of real value. That's exactly it. Every time we get into an argument, it always ends in "don't come back, Lamau."
Get into the dishes. Don't bother coming back. I've changed the locks.
Insane Parents Starter Pack, Facebook group Holy Bluebell, Little Slippers and Belt.
How dare you talk back to me?
Ugh. 1 week before this, my boyfriend died in a hit and run. Crossing the street was beyond hard and she didn't support that phobia.
You know what would be nice? You got me edibles. I'll pay, of course.
I feel like you don't understand how bad seeing cars are affecting me right now.
You gotta keep going, and that is all. You're not gonna spend another 2 years doing nothing. You need to live already. Motivational speaker. I love you, but I won't support this phobia.
What do you mean, won't support it? That's an odd way of putting it. Well, I can change it. You don't have to support a phobia for it to exist.
Yes, you can.
Not after a week.
Do you think his family members are not crossing the streets?
Everyone is different.
Support the people who are alive in the world today. You can't control what happened.
Yeah, your phobia can't be real because I personally don't believe in it. What kind of logic is that? Lol, supporting the people who are alive today translate to frick your grief, go get me some edibles. Parent of the year. I mean, the best way to deal with this is probably not like, Lamau, get good, your phobia isn't real. That sounds horribly cruel. If I was this parent, I would either give them some time, or I would maybe offer to do it together. It's like, hey, how about we go for a walk, and we get over this together? Because this is obviously a much more horrible situation, and I don't want to downplay it in the least, but one thing I learned when I did horseback riding when I was quite young was that if you fall off, you get up right away, because otherwise it kind of settles in your brain that getting up on the back of a horse is scary. So you get up right away, unless you're seriously hurt, of course, but that very rarely happens because you have equipment and that kind of stuff. Not saying it's a comparable situation, but I would probably try to help them instead. That sounds more productive. Like, hey, let's go together, let's gradually expose you to this thing, or do you want to talk to a psychologist, something productive. Saying lol, get good is not real, probably not gonna do much, just gonna be honest. I also hope it gets better. Losing loved ones is horrible. I wish you the best. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't talk to anyone.
No, I need the password for Blorp.
Don't open the door. You're not getting it ever, and that's for your own good, Dolly.
It's how I get into my Xbox. Why is it for my own good?
I don't give a shit. Someone has been using it and used it for loans and courts, and their great rat will get blamed.
I am so confused. Who used the internet for loans and court? If they did, why does that matter? We were talking about her email. I don't know if that's something that's used for that stuff, but oh well. What? Okay, but if she's so worried, she could just have offered to change the email of the account. Maybe would have worked better, right? That's possible. Crunchy Florida moms. Ooh, here we're gonna get some juicy stuff.
My 1.5-year-old has 4 verbal seizures in the past 6 months. I was told I could give belladonna.
I have no clue what that even is.
3 times a day for fever, for 3 to 4 days at a time. But does anyone know what dose? Thanks in advance.
Wait, so your toddler has consistent seizures, and they've had it for literally a third of their lifespan. And your first instinct is to ask a crunchy mom group instead of, I don't know, just getting them properly checked, instead of having a bunch of stay-at-home moms half-ass guessing the choices and coming up with like, oh, urine popsicles or whatever. Get him to a doctor! God!
Me being an asexual trans man.
My family telling me that I will never find true love in marriage and children are only reason for women to live.
How could you not take on such beautiful, modern, inspirational stuff? Oh, what a tragedy. Not very happy with your choice to show up to meet the teacher intoxicated. You know my feelings. Lack of self-control and care. You drove a car with your family drunk. Not setting a good example for me, a new driver.
That's terrible and there's no excuse.
Then stop.
Okay, you do the same.
What?
Enjoy your time with mom. Sorry for any issues I caused.
What do you do the same? That's like the embarrassing time when the waiter comes with your food and like, enjoy your food, and you're like, the same to you, and like, oh damn, I can never come back here again. But with like drunk driving. So it's just really bad. What are you doing? Cease. You're not only meeting the teacher intoxicated, which is questionable to begin with, you're also driving your family drunk. Jesus, it's just so many levels of nuh-uh. My dad, out of nowhere, brought up how funny it was that I got angry at him years ago because he voted against gay marriage. I am no longer talking to him after this exchange. As far as I'm concerned, we are no longer related. You can have your beliefs the frick away from me.
Really? I can't vote how my heart feels. Not dumb at all in any way, champ. I will always tell everyone I know how much I love you. Being hated by you is a lifetime thing anyway, so your words are not hurting me anymore. Fine, I will let you live your life and wish you all the best. Careful that you don't end up more racist and sexist than all the people you don't like and hate for believing how they want to as you do, sweetie. I'll leave everything I own to other people and things that I will appreciate my effort. I'll always love you. Goodbye. And hope you always do well.
I find that so weird. Like, it feels like people like this always conflate the kind of stuff like, ooh, I am not gay, so I have to vote against gay marriage. Like, no, people can do things on their own. I think you would probably be equally upset if someone all of a sudden said like, no straight marriage for you. Wouldn't you feel kind of like people are imposing their values on you if you suddenly couldn't marry the person you wanted? I think you would be pretty upset. Imagine how they feel. It's not a particularly difficult feeling to put like in your shoes. It's just imagine if someone came into your life, or just in the law even, and just told you like, no, you can't marry this person. I'd be furious! Are you kidding me? Yes, Dad, that's exactly what I'm saying. You can't vote against gay marriage and also love/support me. That is 100% correct. You have to choose believing against gay marriage or having a relationship with your daughter. That is your choice to make. You can die on that hill by yourself. I choose my rights over supporting your beliefs. I would rather live on the streets than accept money from you anymore. Supporting your... It's such a weird thing. Like, my beliefs says I don't have to respect you or even like have your back when it comes to, you know, basic human rights. But you have to respect my beliefs, even though my beliefs literally include disrespecting you. It's not a two-way street, is it? Not that I would, because I'm gonna be successful and happy and proud to go to my friends' weddings when they get married, regardless of their sexuality.
Cool. Love is not conditional, champ. I will love you wherever it is that you choose to go. If we never see each other again, then that will be sad. But it's what's happening these days with intolerant ideologies and such. I believe that I love my daughter and I'll accept whatever you choose to do with your life, be it gay or straight or whatever. I'll never be gay.
Good. No one's asking you to. What?
I love you with my heart, sweetie, and always will. My beliefs are mine and I accept that yours are yours.
But their beliefs are not imposing on your lifestyle in the least. Their belief is simply like, hey, can you not impose on my lifestyle? That's the only belief. What?
Shame you can't do the same for me, but hey, that's just life.
Yeah, shame you can't do the same for me. How can you try to take a high horse? Oh, no.
All good, block away, champ. I'll tell everyone and show them these texts from you. Hope that you're okay with everything. Your ankle okay.
Bye, Dad. And then they just keep going on rants. Your body too sweetie, your own great-grandmother on your mom's side confirmed what you look like my mom when we were 1 week old, and I will never change no matter how many tats or piercing you get. You'll never change who you are and just live in denial and follow everyone else's dreams. That's like a weird way of saying I will always love you as a child, but it's more like a threat or like a trap. It's like, haha, you will always have my genes. That's all right. That's an interesting take. Wow. Post by mother of Texas student who assaulted teacher.
I got you, my baby, my king. 10 days will go by fast.
That's probably not the take you should have as a parent if your child is assaulting people. That's nah. My mother is blatantly stalking me and had the audacity to get mad when she found out I turned location services off.
Please call me when you're able to.
I am doing homework right now. What do you want?
I'd like to talk to you.
I don't care. I'm busy, so just tell me over text.
So yesterday I was trying to find out what building your chemistry class was in, and I could not find it on Blackboard. I checked your Find My to see what building, and it showed up that you were not on campus at all. That's why I asked you to show me how to check grades. Chemistry is one of your difficult classes, and cutting that class so early in the semester is not good. Why? As I said last night, you have many resources for help with classes.
This sounds absolutely exhausting. I'm assuming you're like in college or something, and that's a weird amount of over controlling. I would take multiple steps back if that was the case. Like, there is a distinct difference between, you know, caring and being genuinely interested in someone's life, especially someone in the family, and being overly controlling with it. You know, demanding to know someone's exact location and kind of micromanaging their life is not the same as being genuinely interested and supportive. One is voluntarily for the receiving end, the other one is imposed on them, which usually most people don't respond to positively over. So even if you want to be involved to a great extent, that's not the way to go about it. Nobody will respond positively to it. A year after my dad's death, my stepmother fishes for attention on Facebook.
A year ago, they told us you were getting a transplant and filled us with false hope. I'm not looking forward to Friday. I've struggled with looking forward after your family did to me the past year, but I'm trying my best. Seeing all these happy anniversary and happy birthday posts are knives to my heart. I've been working to get ready to have your memorial to release myself this year of mourning you. I'm going to keep going and now start to go out in public more, but you always on my mind, missing you, loving you, laughing about our fun times and adventures. We did a lot in 8 years. I just wish you were here every night when I climb into a cold, lonely bed. I wish your family could have helped love and support me through losing you, but that's what I always say. It is what it is. Now it's very plain to see why you were so ill with how ugly your family has treated your memory and me.
Oh, dude, I was like, in the first part of this, you're like, okay, someone is grieving, they're like, okay, it's a bit of a couple of stones tossed there, and it's a bit unnecessary, but sure, you know, you're emotionally compromised, it happens, you know, people say things they regret when they're in vulnerable states, but the last part is just, oh no.
I love you from every corner of my soul. That doesn't change for me. I hope this really is an afterlife so we find each other again. But your family's very ugly and frick them all, but that's the best way to post on Facebook.
What? Why are you making this public? This is so strange. Birthday call from mom, as relayed to sibling. She ended up telling me that doctors are on trial at The Hague for vaccinating people. They're not, I checked. And that the secret world government is going to exterminate 50% of Earth's population by the end of next year. I basically said, I don't care, and she got mad. Happy birthday to you, anti-vax, yippee-doo-hoo. My mother found out I am gay. She's okay with it as long as it's not her children. But then you're not really okay with it, are you?
Open your eyes, be safe, don't be manipulated. I will always be here, door will always be open. You are in a dangerous place though, and I'm really worried the glitter mines are not to be trifled with. And if you're going to treat me like this, then I can chat with your dad. Let's see what he thinks, and I want to pay for the car and your insurance. If what you are doing is so successful, then he can pay your way, that's not okay.
I'm not being manipulated.
Open your eyes, it's not normal what you're doing or how you're living. Waking up! She is manipulating you and she will push you to the side as soon as she is bored with you and you will lose everything. This is not blorp.
They talk about it as if it's the dark side in Star Wars, right? But instead of like, join the dark side, it's like, join the rainbow side. We have fabulousness and rainbow-themed cakes. The horror.
I am done with this. Blorp is wrong and it's disgusting. It's not what I want for my daughter. You're living in some fantasy world. Your dad is going to be so upset and disgusted too.
Oh, that's the way to bring your child back, isn't it? Call them disgusting. Oh, you have a way with people.
And he's going to blame me. Your gran and granddad will be killed.
What are you talking about? What?
Just yuck. You should be moving back home, clean slate and start over, get away from these crazies. And I should be texting Blorp to tell her how disappointed and disgusting this whole situation is. And maybe Blorp should know how.
So she's okay with the gayness as long as it's not her own kids.
I smell a little bit of bull there, isn't it? A little bit of stanky bull.
Dad.
What time do you expect to be home? Okay, I need to unload the compressor by myself.
A couple of hours at least.
Okay, thanks. I'm glad you have friends.
Isn't that a good thing? Is it? They have a social life? Is that a good? What? Text from my mom sent to my dad and I after he said no to driving her around today. Light mode is mom to dad, dark mode is mom to me. Last page is explanation.
So I just wanted to hang out with you today. Sorry. We'll find furniture without you, I guess. Emojis. I'm sorry that you don't want to find snuggle furniture with us today. Come get our kid. We didn't want to shop with you anyways. 100. Imagine aren't good enough to spend time with you in area 100 freaking rock. Bye. I don't need your help with finding furniture. Thank you for constantly reminding me that you have no time for me. Amazing 100. Bye. 100. You're not good enough for you, Cole. I don't want to see you get either 100 and 100 shrug. I don't want to get mad and drop our kids off anymore. 100.
What's with the 100? What? Why?
You don't care about us? Go frick yourself. 100.
What is it that you think the 100 means? Like, the 100%? Like, oh, everything I say is 100%. Everything.
We're going furniture shopping. We'll send pics for your approval. Maybe ask dad why hasn't the one make plans with us. 100. Love you, 100 hearts. Here's your big brother and your dad finally didn't want to do anything. 100. 100. Maybe stand up for it and shrug. Face palm. Heart. 100.
What the hell? So here is some backstory. My mom, 40, blew up at my dad, 48, and because he wasn't willing to be her Uber for one day. My mom currently doesn't have a car and is working on moving into her first apartment. My dad, on the other hand, has multiple cars and a nice little one-story house. He's worked hard for the life he has now, and he's still very slowly recovering after ending his relationship with my mom when I was 2 after she got him arrested for no actual reason. Oh, so they're not even together. And she's expecting her ex to be her Uber driver? What? My mom still constantly hits on my dad despite knowing he hates it. She's a drug and alcohol addict and has done nothing to recover. She was high at her brother's wedding and drunk at my cousin's birthday. He just turned 5. Oh god, that's so embarrassing. It sounds like she needs to get her life on track. And also it sounds like she kind of messed it up a lot. Just getting your partner arrested for no good reason. I can only assume what those allegations were about, but it ended up in divorce, and it's probably a good idea to keep your distance if that's how it ended up last time. Holy crap. My transphobic dad called the cops after I blocked him for harassing me. My dad called the cops and they stopped by my place to check in on me. Jesus Christ, that man is off the rails. Wait, how did he find where you live? He didn't have to. I'm sure he just gave them my name and they looked up my address. That's the way to check in on your child? I just called the cops. You just got swatted because I love you.
At this point, I'm the living embodiment of the horror trope of the weird shy kid who communicates with supernatural entities in their dreams. Dead name, come home and let us get you real help. We love you, but you are living in a spiritual realm that is dark and dangerous.
It's just from the trauma which you and others have caused. But what really bothers me is how you are continuously harassing me. I have blocked you and mom on Twitter and I've gone to made sure to block all family members. It doesn't matter if my info is public, I shouldn't have to make everything private to keep you from peering on my life. That's stalking behavior to go around blocking you like that. You made the choice that you didn't want me in your life, and I'm honestly glad you did. But since you don't want me in your life, stay out of mine. I shouldn't have to tell you this behavior is not okay. And when you want to talk to, they send the cops. That's the that'll show you that they're a stable, trustworthy person. Heck yeah, proved my point.
No one told me. I didn't create a fake account. Your info is public. I'll stop reaching out to you if that's what you wish.
That's the conclusion you came to after you called the cops on your own family member? That's alrighty then. My dad's post on Instagram. I stopped talking to him years ago. Think he might be upset that I'm trans.
Oh, look at your family protecting on your horrible rainbow. Oh no.
Never ever in my life I've been insulted by a celebrity like I was tonight. Because my profile says I identify as a broom. If any of you veterans know, we are janitors first and killers second. Not to mention, if you watch Family Guy, I also know that inside joke. My comment on that profile are in no way transphobic or phobic for that matter. It's my sense of humor. And that's that. I am absolutely beside myself right now, blasting me on a public forum.
So you post these kind of pictures. I'm assuming you know what they mean, and and then you do the whole like I identify as an attack helicopter, and then you're angry that people call you out on your BS on social media. Yeah, I'm not very surprised.
Opening up about trauma.
That didn't happen. Stop lying for attention.
I mean, it does happen that people do things for attention. You see that online a lot with all the strange things people pull. But also going to that conclusion instantly is probably not the way to go about it. And if it's inside your own family, if someone would do something like this purely for attention, even considering for a second that that's actually the reason why, there are probably some issues there that need to be resolved anyway. If you're genuinely concerned about it, let him talk to someone about it. If you're genuinely so eager to like disprove it, just let him talk to a therapist and like, there you go. Then you can get to the bottom of it, if it actually is trauma, or if it might be something else. Talk to them about it, help them resolve it, have a dialogue. Assuming everything is just lies and manipulation is probably not the best way to initiate it in the first place. Well, laddies, lads and lasses, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I do hope you have an amazing rest of your day, because you do deserve it. And I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.